Keep it locked, keep it locked. The Bougie Show, keep it locked. It's the Bougie Show, keep it locked. We live, tell us what you wanna hear. When we turn up, you gon' turn up. Turn around and tell a friend. It's the Bougie Show, the Bougie Show. Tell them it's the Bougie Show, the Bougie Show. Yeah.
5 in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the Bougie Show. I am Zay the DJ, and my guest in front of me is a 5'5", 32D, a natural lady that keeps it nice. Oh, double goddamn D.
Come on.
A natural lady that keeps it nice and right. She has a couple years up under her belt as a performer residing out of Ohio, USA, an American girl that will spice up your world. Ladies and gentlemen, a thick chick that can take a stick. Miss Elana Bunnz is in the building. So we got a.
By the way.
Wait, go ahead. Clarify.
Elana Bunnz.
Elana. Oh, it's not Elana. It's Elana. Elana.
Like a lot of buns. Elana Bunnz.
Elana. God damn it. So you're a 32 double D, and it's Elana Bunnz.
Yes.
Okay. You came in here looking great. She came to applaud her again, goddammit. Elana came in here looking like she's supposed to look. I was just talking a little bit about your tattoo, and you were telling me it's a smoke. What's that, $100 joint, you said? Something like that?
Yeah, it's a $100 bill, blunt, and she's watching the time pass, burning the money. It stands for time is money, but you still have to sit and enjoy the moment.
That's 100. Elana Bunnz joining us on the Bougie Show. We appreciate you coming through. How was your commute? You came from Miami?
I actually just moved up to Hollywood back in April, so I was only like 25 minutes from here.
Okay.
Was not a bad drive.
Was not a bad drive. All right. Thank you for joining us on the Bougie Show. It was the year of 2022 when you became an adult performer. What was your way of obtaining financial income prior to joining the adult film industry?
I was a bartender for 6 years. I also did modeling the entire time I was bartending, so I pretty much modeled for 6 years before porn as well. Started OnlyFans in 2020, like everybody else. Right? And then I just did solo content on there until 2022. I released my first boy-girl video that May, and then...
So wait, the transition. So you went from bartending, starting your OnlyFans. How did you actually say, okay, I'm going to start shooting content with other people? How did you get to that point?
After modeling for 6 years, I was already like naked on the internet. I had done Playboy and a lot of explicit modeling, so like my pussy was out there already. It just wasn't being fucked yet.
Right.
And then I had did like a lot of solo masturbation stuff on my OnlyFans. So again, like now they're starting to see some pussy play, and now they're begging like,
BG.
You were born for porn. When are you gonna do it? I'm like, just wait, y'all will know. And then I didn't tell anyone. I just popped out.
Hey, how did you find the performer to work with?
I actually picked the perfect weekend to start that. It was Exotica.
Miami. Okay.
Yeah, that was like June or July.
That's June.
Yeah. So prior to that, I only had one short home video on there with a guy that I was hooking up with at the time. And then I decided like, oh wow, this is doing really well. People want to see more. There's a lot of porn stars in town this weekend. I heard about talent testing. I didn't even know what that was at that point. Went and got tested and then just popped up to Exotica. Ended up doing like 5 collabs that weekend.
Who filmed it?
Mandingo Club. Yeah, he filmed 3 of them, and then another 2 guys I work with just filmed each other. Like they took turns.
Elana Bunnz joining us on the Bougie Show. What did your friends and family have to say about your transition into the adult film industry?
My friends and family are all super supportive since the beginning. I think definitely my friends, and I think my family as well, kind of always were wondering like, when is she gonna do it?
They kind of saw it was already written.
When's she gonna like go ahead and just pull the trigger on that? So it was no shocker really at all. My dad asked me, he had saw that I went to the what was it? Some Cam Awards.
Okay, Cam Awards. All right.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the name of it.
That's fine.
That was my first like award show. Just got into the industry, and I took pictures like walking on the red carpet and stuff. And my dad's like, "So, what was that? What was that red carpet thing that you were doing?" And I was like, "Oh, it's like a webcam award show." And he's like, "Webcamming? Isn't that like porn?" And I was like, "Well, Dad, yeah, there are porn videos."
You admitted it. Wow.
Yeah, I was like, "There are porn videos of me online." And he's like,
You couldn't say nude modeling? That was one I heard a girl tell her
I'm
daddy.
super open with my parents. My
Right.
parents are, I mean, my mom had me when she was 15 years old, so we're like this.
Right,
like,
gotcha.
she's my best friend.
Y'all grew up together?
Yeah, we
almost?
literally
Yeah,
grew
yeah.
up together.
Right.
So super easy. I just told them, they were supportive.
So when you go to family functions, you guys don't have those discussions about how's work going or anything like that?
We don't get too much into it, but a little bit. It does come up. Like, my mom will make jokes.
You
My
have
mom's
siblings?
funny. Like, oh my God, one day I can't remember what it was, but I like ate something and I was like, "Oh God, like that's disgusting." And my mom's like, "Oh, come on, you've had way worse things in your mouth." And I'm like,
It is time to stop the fuckery.
So yeah, that's my family.
You got siblings?
in a nutshell.
Brothers, sisters?
Yep, I have a sister who is a year and a half younger than me, and then I have a younger brother that's freshly 21.
Does he ask you about performers?
No,
Is he a consumer of adult films?
I don't know.
Okay.
I've never really asked him. I know his friends have brought it up, like,
About you?
yeah, he's told me, he's like, yeah, my friends are like, "How do you feel about your sister being a porn star?"
And you know they watch you.
And he's like, "I don't care if she's making money, like, let her do her." I'm sure he loves it. For his 21st birthday, I brought him down to Miami, paid for his flights and everything. He came from Ohio. I took him on a boat with Cassidy Lux, Coco Bay,
Shout out to
Sarah
Cassidy.
J. Who else was there? I think there was Alexa Payne, I think, might have been there. Just a bunch of porn stars.
Right,
Everyone's topless. Everyone's throwing
And
ass.
he's there.
And my little brother's just like,
Was he intimidated? Was he overwhelmed? Or was
he acted a little shy.
Did you give him some liquor?
Oh yeah,
Okay,
he was
that's
drinking.
maybe-
Yep.
calm-
And I took him
calm
to his
him down.
first strip club that night. And
Did he get it wet?
yeah, he actually
Shout out to him.
shockingly not from one of the porn
Right,
stars.
right.
Actually from my best friend.
Okay, there goes the
Yeah,
fuckery.
my best friend.
It is time to stop the fuckery.
Wait, what made her? Oh, she just wanted to break him in.
I guess so. They both just were drunk and feeling themselves.
And where were you when all this was happening?
One thing led to another. Right there in the section. They just started with twerking and like
Okay.
dancing, and then they hooked up later at her house, not in the section.
I got you.
But yeah, she's like, "Is it okay if your brother stays the night with me?" And I'm like, "Yep, take him."
When you got once your content started coming out, like full hardcore content, did any of your ex-lovers contact you? Reach out to you?
A few of them are subscribed.
And do
Yeah,
they say,
sent
"Hey, I'm"?
pictures,
Oh,
like,
okay.
"Remember me?" I'm like,
Send pictures of themselves?
Yes.
Not their utensils.
No.
Okay. All right. And do you respond to them?
Yeah. On
And what do you
OnlyFans,
say?
if it's on OnlyFans.
And what do you say?
Well, those are like past hookups. I've
Okay.
actually only have one past lover,
Okay.
my high school sweetheart. Then I was single for 10 years. I've just been a whore
was
my
just
whole
chilling.
life. Yeah. Pretty much like went to college, became a hoe, never stopped.
Right.
But past hookups have definitely sent selfies like, "Do you remember me?" I'm like, "Yeah, I remember that one time."
Just one time?
Usually.
Elana Bunnz is in the building, y'all. Let's talk about your days, your routine of a scene, before a scene. What's like, say you're getting ready to go work with Brickzilla, right? J Max of the world, et cetera, right? What is your mental preparation, your mental and physical preparation for that shoot?
Well, usually the shoots start pretty early
Okay.
in the day. So I wake up, smoke a blunt 1st, take a shower, get myself all freshened up, makeup on, ready to go. Then I roll another blunt and I smoke that in the car on the way there.
It don't make you lazy though in your
No,
performance? Wow.
I'm a pothead.
Wow.
Like,
Yeah,
that
but I thought
wakes
maybe
me
make
up.
you be
That,
like, fuck this.
No,
Okay,
that,
okay,
like,
okay.
gets me going for the day. And I never get cotton mouth.
Never?
If you've seen my work, you see like a sloppy mess when it comes to blowjobs.
Wow.
Like there's a puddle just dripping down my body, and I could have smoked 2 blunts right before that. No cotton mouth.
While you're smoking, do you drink water?
Yeah.
Or keep a bottle of water with you? Okay.
I do drink water. I try to drink a lot of water before a shoot because I am a squirter. So we want to be nice and hydrated for a scene. You don't want
So when you have to pee, but it's not time to pee, what do? You just you hold it? Or
Like
do
on a
you
scene?
pause and say, hey, I need to go pee real
No,
quick?
I'll pause and go pee.
Oh, okay.
Because if they're poking the right spot for me to squirt, no matter if I just peed 2 seconds
You're
ago,
gonna squirt?
like 2 minutes ago, I'm still gonna have something come out.
But
It
when
might
you
not
do-
be a blast of like a lot if I just went pee, but there's gonna be something there.
You ever had to pee and then come back and the guy lost his erection? Or you're pretty fast when you come right back?
Pretty fast.
Okay.
And I'm like totally down to be a fluffer.
Oh, I mean, applaud her. goddamn.
Yeah.
She's a goer.
So yeah, I'm the co-star that if you're not where you need to be, I'm willing to help get you there. We need 2 minutes off cam. That's fine.
Get you,
I'm with
get
it.
you back there. Yeah, you're a real. And a lot of them don't do it.
A lot of them
don't do it.
do
Elana Bunnz is joining us on the Bougie Show. Your most embarrassing moment while filming?
Probably my very first scene ever. It was for NVG, Net Video Girls.
Okay.
It was literally my first porn scene. I was already a little nervous. And then literally we started the scene and I was good, and mid-scene I started my period. Was not supposed to come that week. I don't know what made it happen. And it like wasn't there in the beginning of the scene.
So you had no sponge because you weren't prepared. So there was no sponge. up
No, but luckily they are super prepared
they
for
have- for
every
any occasion,
scenario
right.
because they deal with mainly new girls. That's mainly what they shoot.
there. So they expect.
So they had everything on set, and then my male talent, T Real,
Yes, familiar with him.
like put it up there for me.
The sponge, yeah.
And after the scene, he took
Took
it out for me.
I guess we can applaud him. It's not the first time I've heard that. So,
But I was horrified. I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, I know we just, but now you're gonna reach your hand in and pull out a bloody sponge?
with a glove?
No.
Okay.
There's no glove. I was like, okay, I guess I'm a star now. Is this what makes me a porn star? Like,
I think it makes you a trooper.
basically getting fisted on set the first
Okay.
time, you know? It's
Wow.
like, I'm just
Wow. Your most memorable scene so far in your career?
That's hard. That's a really hard one. One that I was really like out of the box that I had a lot of fun doing was for Reality Kings with
Okay.
James Angel.
Uh-huh.
It was supposed to be just the intro of the scene. They wanted like job to be on a paddleboard.
Uh-huh.
But I was balancing so well when I was sucking dick that they were like, the director was like, hold on. Do you think we can like fuck on the paddleboard while floating in the water? And I was like, we can try. And we ended up doing the entire scene on the paddleboard, floating in the water. So that was pretty cool. That's pretty memorable.
That is, and that's out now, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's out there. It's been out. You can definitely
Did you ever
look
try to
it up.
replay it or no?
Like redo it
Yeah,
again?
yeah.
I have not yet.
Okay. Off the clock. Say you with your significant other who's also a performer. Off the clock, are you guys ever intimate with music playing in the background?
Yeah.
Yeah, what type of music?
I always just go right to YouTube and look up like 90s R&B.
But don't you have the ads coming in? You don't want to hear the commercial
No.
while you're getting knocked down, right?
Those don't come up.
Oh, they don't come on. What do you got, like a YouTube member? Like a,
I don't know. It's the YouTube app on my TV, but ads don't.
oh, the ads don't pop up?
No, because I'll pick like, they have the mixes. So it'll be like a 2-hour
So
mix.
which era you go for? 90s, you said?
Yeah.
Who's your favorite 90s R&B group? 90s R&B singer then?
I don't have a favorite. I just love all the old bump and grinds,
Okay.
Pretty Ricky, Chris Brown.
That's 2000s.
2000s.
Yeah, so you didn't catch the R. Kelly
I said
era, huh?
90s, 2000s. R. Kelly,
Yeah,
yeah,
okay,
but
a
you know,
little
he
bit.
comes out. I'm like, should we be playing?
You all right.
this
It's just the
shit?
music. Elana Bunnz joining us on the Bougie Show. You ever been intimate to rap, hardcore rap?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like hardcore, like shoot 'em up,
Like-
bang bang, like NBA YoungBoy.
I mean, I've been intimate at parties before, so I guess sometimes that could be playing in the background.
Does the type of music playing determine how you perform?
Not really. I'm a pretty fast, like hard performer on camera and off camera. So even if it's the slow jams playing, I'm not going to that slow jam beat. I'm going faster. So really, my fucking fits the hardcore rap beat a little better than the slow
The
jams.
way you got
But
you.
slow jams turn me on. Like that gets me going. So.
You stated in an interview that you love the BBC and craving a BBG scene with 2 particular male performers. Have you got that off your bucket list? And also, do you want to mention those performers' names if you did? So I'll repeat.
What interview was it? I'm like, who
Okay,
did I
well, that I can't tell you
say?
because I can't recall at this moment. But you said that you love the BBC and
I
craving
do.
a BBG. So that's boy, boy, girl. Did you do
Yeah.
that yet?
Yeah.
Oh, several times?
I've done a couple boy, girls. I did a boy, girl. I only have
Okay.
one of those out.
3. Oh, so but that's would you have to have 5 or better to be considered a bang?
Yeah, I called that one a train.
Oh, so they
like-
just coming back to back to back?
Well, no, they were all fucking me, but I don't do anal, so it was just mouth and
Strictly
pussy.
vagina, okay.
And I told them, like, I don't want to see no jerking off. If you're not in my mouth or my pussy, you better be next to me so my hand is on it. I didn't want
true
no one.
performer.
Yeah, I did not want no one standing in the corner.
How did you feel after that scene was finished?
That scene was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
We ended up going 57 minutes.
You were they towed you up?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was
your
a
vagina out of
sweaty
commission?
mess. I was soaked. My hair was soaked. There was just like squirt and
Who were the 3
sweat
guys?
everywhere. It was Hollywood Cash, Alex Jones, and Marquise.
So pretty heavy duty.
Yeah, I think they're all over 11 inches.
Jesus.
All
And you were out of
BBC.
Jesus. You were out of
Yeah.
commission?
No.
The
I
next
still
day-
went home and fucked my man.
Jesus. He wanted to get with you after all that.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. He don't say take the day off.
Nah. He's like, you better not take the day.
It is time to stop the
I still gotta
fuckery.
get my nut when I get home.
Elana Bunnz, you tweeted August 10th, quote, I swear I can take 10 penises in a row and be totally fine the next day, but the moment someone fingers me, boom, yeast infection and hurting. I think I'm a legit gonna add fingering to my no list.
And I have.
You have.
I've if the company is not requiring it, like if they really want it for the script, I'll allow it, but only if they're like, come on, we had this vision, we really want this. Other than that, I'm like, please just don't put your fingers in.
And
me.
manicure, what is it? Pedicures is manicures for the hands, right? That's required for them to insert their finger in you. They can't
Yes,
have
or
long nails.
at least like if the company really wants it, I'm like, can you please go wash your hands right now? Like even if you already washed your hands, can I see you wash your hands again right now?
How bad is the
before you
hygiene?
Put them in.
How bad is the hygiene in the industry? Like the lady we had in here prior, she was saying, that was probably the most unpleasurable moment, just performing with somebody whose hygiene isn't up to par. Do you come across that a lot or not often?
Honestly, I wouldn't say it's often. No.
Because I would think it's normal for people to be mindful of that and aware of it, right?
I feel like industry professionals are all kind of on this, or at least most of us, or the people I've worked with for sure, are on the same wavelength of you should be clean. You want to smell, because why do you want to be the stinky person on set? Like, who wants to be that?
Right.
So, yeah, you just got to take care of yourself. But I feel like industry professionals do a pretty good job of it. I've only came across like,
Less than a handful?
yeah, I can literally count on one hand or less, like how many smelly vaginas I've came across.
So it's more from the women
Or-
that you experience bad
or,
hygiene
like,
from?
Yeah, because guys, like the only way you're going to smell as a guy is if you literally did not take a shower.
Yeah.
Like, and your balls are sweaty.
Are you a rimmer?
A rimmer?
Yeah,
No.
okay.
I'm not.
Applaud you. Which position is the hardest for you to tolerate penetration in?
God, I don't know. I like big dicks, so I take it pretty well in a lot of positions.
Are you a size queen or you just
Yeah.
only on camera you like it?
No, I'm a
Oh,
size
okay,
queen.
okay.
Even in my day to day, but I'm a size queen to a certain extent. Like
Right.
I'm not the one buying those abnormal dildos that are the size of my fucking like thigh.
You worked with Brickzilla, yes?
Yeah.
You couldn't come home to that every day?
No.
How
probably
was
not.
it performing with him?
It was good.
Does
I mean,
it feel
as
like a
long
log
as
is in you when he's in you? Dead weight?
It's pretty fucking thick. Yeah. Like it, you definitely have to like, my trick for Brickzilla, I've worked with him twice now.
Right.
Is to go in the bathroom with my little clit vibrator right before and make myself come before the scene, because then my pussy, like when you come as a female, now everything is loosened up. It's opened up. It's ready for sex. Like it naturally dilates. So you need that fucking natural lubrication
that's free
and
game you're
natural
giving?
dilation for Brickzilla.
So you just gave free game out there to performers who haven't performed with people of that size, right?
Yeah, you definitely need to masturbate first, and it helps. They always have you play with yourself with a dildo for the first few minutes of the scene. That helps get it going as well.
One of the sexual fantasies you desire is a 10 men who are all well endowed gangbang. You have not gotten that off your bucket list. Is there a time frame for that to occur?
I'm waiting to see what company wants to offer me.
Would you handpick the 10 or would they pick the 10?
I would do either one. I mean, it'd be cool.
5 and 5?
It'd be cool if I could pick a couple of them, but I'm also down for a surprise as well.
You know what I think? Excuse me. You know what I think would set the internet on fire? I don't know if a female could do it. Could you imagine like a gangbang with Alex Jones, Dredd, Brickzilla? You think a woman could do that?
I think I could. I don't know though. I've never worked with Dredd.
Oh, you haven't got with Dredd?
I haven't got with Dredd yet.
Usually when you guys say
I'm
that, next
trying.
thing you know, after the interview comes out, Elana
Man.
Bunnz and Dredd, you're in front of that picture. That what is that shitty ass?
I'm trying. Dredd,
You'll get there.
Write me back.
Because he
I've
comes to
said it
Miami. He
at
comes
the
to
end.
Miami.
Yeah, no, actually,
just gotta catch
we
him.
do have potentially something in the works for this next Miami trip.
Dredd be
so.
lurking. Dredd be lurking. Who's in the next?
Yeah, I'm hoping it works out. But yeah, my management team is working
Who
on
are you signed
setting
with?
that up. I don't know if they're
Are you a free agent? No, you're not a free agent. As far as
My
booking?
porn,
Yeah.
I'm with Cox Models.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got you. And then you have a
my OnlyFans
Okay, gotcha.
team is the one setting up the Dredd.
Okay.
stuff.
Okay. Have you shot here before?
I have shot
Okay.
in this house.
What'd you shoot here?
I've shot here a lot.
When's the last time you
Being
shot here?
local, I've shot here a lot. Actually, my last scene in this house was with Richard Mann for Evil Angel.
Richard Mann was down here.
Yes,
I've been
he
trying to
was.
get. How was it like working with him? He's been around a long time.
He's so great. He's so respectful, and he, like, before the scene, he's like, this is your scene. This is your day. He's like, I'm here to just do whatever you need me to do. He's like, you want to take control and be the one? Do it. You want me to take control? I'll do it. He's like, whatever you want.
Performer.
So he's great. I would totally work with him again.
Got to give a shout out to Jacob and Filthy Kings for being a part of collaborating with us for this event. If all you guys out there, if you sign up to filthykings.com, give your promo code, get the first 75% off for the first month. Quote, I'm King is the code you need to use. Again, that's filthykings.com. I'm King is the code to get your first month 75% off.
Do it. I got a scene on there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, okay.
I'm a
Elana
naughty
Bunnz.
stepmom.
Oh, yeah? You like those roles?
Yeah, they're fun.
Okay. All right. Another tweet a couple weeks earlier, July 31st, quote, I wonder if those two astronauts that are stuck in space indefinitely have decided to hunch each other. I changed the word from F to hunch.
Oh, we can't say that.
No, you can't. I just that's just how I speak. To hunch each other yet. Random thought. Why you sent that tweet out?
I was just scrolling social media and like the article had popped up again, like, oh, two astronauts stuck in space indefinitely. And I that was my first thought. I'm like, wait, they don't know when they're coming home. Mind you, I just watched Interstellar the other night. So like this is going through my brain at the same time. I'm like, wait, they could be gone for like 26 years like they were in the Interstellar movie. Yeah. And I'm like, I couldn't go 26 years without getting fucked.
Right.
So whoever's up there, it's only two of us. And it happens to be that one of us is a male and one of us is a female. Yeah, let's get it on.
You ever had somebody get the best of you while performing on camera and it's like, yo, I got to get my get back with that performer? No? Nobody's ever got the best of you, like made you tap out or something. You just like, oh, he wore me out. I'm gonna get him back.
I have never tapped out.
Never tapped out.
During
Never
a
wanted
scene.
to.
I've never even asked for a break. Like some
Never
girls,
wanted to.
No. Yeah, I'm never
I
like,
drive.
wait, I need 5 minutes.
Do you stretch
That's
before you
never happened.
perform?
I don't. I don't know. I think honestly, I think if you're naturally like actually a sexual person and you really do enjoy the art of fucking, whether it be not just for work, but like in your personal life, you're like a true slut, then I think it's easier to be a porn star and be on set and not have to take breaks and stuff because like I said before, if you're really turned on, like your pussy is naturally going to lubricate and open up. If you're not into it at all,
Right.
which can happen, some performer, sometimes
So what do you do
there's
when you're
not
not-
the best chemistry between you and your co-star.
What do you do when you're not attractive to them? Do you just go and take your mind into a different place, or you have to find something about them to make you get off or get into it?
I'll try to find something.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's usually your go-to find?
I love sucking dick.
Okay.
So if it's not doing it for me, just let me suck your dick for a while.
Do you approach
That'll
the
get
penis
me
from an
going.
angle? Do you approach the penis from an angle? Like, do you size it up? Okay, I'm gonna hit it from the west side, the east side, the south, the north. Do you know what I mean? I'm just curious because like I've had a woman, like one guy, she said like I kind of do a rock sign. I was like the rock, like Jay-Z, the Rockefeller, where she presses down, I guess, on the hair, like she.
Oh, wow.
And then she catches it. Yeah.
So mine is left hand right under the balls, like
Okay.
rubbing the gooch area.
Applaud her.
Right hand is at the base of the shaft. And then the rest is in my mouth.
So you're caressing with your left?
Yeah,
You're
got,
caressing,
like, a
gentle caress.
little
Do you
motion
do you work it
this.
like the one? What's the balls they use to like make your wrist stronger or like to?
The stress
Yeah. Do you
ball?
do that with it?
No, because I'm not, like my hand is down there, but I'm not really squeezing the balls. I'm more rubbing behind the balls, applying pressure right there on that gooch area.
Applaud Elana Bunnz for having the red nails to go with the red heels. You guys will see it in the pictures. They look good.
I always
Interesting.
have red nails.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's your thing. Red. Any significance to it, or is that just your thing?
Well, I've had like these long pointy nails for
Uh-huh.
like 10 years. Like that's always been my thing. And I used to do crazy designs, but with porn, it's kind of like you don't want to have, Halloween nails in 7 scenes that you're releasing throughout the entire year. So with porn, I was like, I need to just stick with a classy but sexy one solid color so no one ever knows when what scene was recorded.
You like to play games.
Yeah, because the fans pay attention. They'll I cannot release a solo and they know that yesterday I had blue nails in my selfie and today I'm saying this solo is from today and they're like, wait, you have purple nails, so that's not from today. Like they notice that shit. So red nails, 24/7, you can't get me.
When we sent you the address, did you know it made immediately where it was?
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's Jacob's house.
It is time to stop the fuckery.
I've shot here enough times. I'm like, it's a content house.
What sexual acts won't you perform in? I know fingering, you said, is not one. You don't do anal. Anything outside facial abuse?
Yeah,
scatting, things
so
like that?
nothing goes up my butt at all. I'm also not down for anything super degrading. So like, if you're gonna spit in my mouth, I like it to be a slow, let it drip and let me catch it. Don't like fucking hawker in my face. Don't slap my face. Pretty much, yeah, any like degrading abuse style stuff I'm not really into. But that's about it. And no rimming.
No rimming.
Yeah. I'm just not into it.
Yeah, I totally get it. Since becoming a performer, you developed a liking to feet fetish. Our last event, I interviewed Hazel Grace, who stated to me that she made a man climax by ejaculating his jock with her feet. Have you attempted to do that as a performer yet?
Yeah, I've done.
You have done it?
I've done a fair
And you've got them
amount of
to-
foot jobs.
You got them to orgasm from it?
Yes. I've actually been told by more than one performer. I don't know. It's probably a handful, less than 5, but more than once I've heard like, honest to God, Elana, that was the best foot job I've ever had. Like, how do you do that?
How do you grip it with your feet like that where it's actually feeling like, a stroke?
Well, there's a few different ways you can do it. You can put the feet together to where if you have a good arch, which I do, it kind of, each arch creates like a hole when your feet are pressed against each other. So you can jerk it like that with the dick in there. Or I have really long toes. So I can like spread my toes and kind of try to get the dick like in between the first two and like jerk the tip with my toes while I put the other foot on the balls, kind of like I do with my hand jobs.
We can applaud that, goddamn. That sounds so delightful.
And I've been told my feet are really soft.
You ever? Oh God, I don't want to lose my train of thought. It was something I was gonna ask you. With using your feet, man.
Do you ever?
Well, no, because you were saying you ever got a foot cramp while you were doing it? No.
So it's actually more my lower back that starts to hurt for a foot job.
Because your breasts are heavy?
No, because it's just the weird, like, just picture, like, right now you're sitting in your chair and you're trying to hold your legs up like this.
Oh, okay.
Like, that is, like,
got you.
lower back and abs. It puts the strain there unless you have something to lean on, which makes it a little better. But, yeah, more lower back starts to hurt with the foot job.
While preparing for your interview, I saw that you, I saw that, well, actually, no, we kind of touched that on already. I'll just discard that question. I want to talk a little bit about your mentality. And particularly the last event we did in California, at that time, you had performers that were taking their life, right? Taking their life, committing the S word and stuff to that nature. So my question I was asking a lot of the performers was, how do you keep your mental health at a good space, but also recognizing when your peers is not in a good place and catching them, throwing a life jacket, and so that they don't fall deep down into the tunnel. What do you do? What does Elana Bunnz do to keep her mind state where it needs to be? And what do you do to make sure that your team, your peers, the people that you rock with in this industry, and noticing if they're falling off a little bit and what they need to be brought back up?
Right. So for myself, I consider myself just all around a very mentally strong person.
I sense that, yes.
I have not had a lot of mental health issues in my life, which I'm just very blessed to have had that. I'm a very positive person. I always find like the positive outcome in every situation. So even if something doesn't go my way or something is just off that day, I find the silver lining in it. Like, oh, this didn't happen, but it didn't because this has to happen, So I try to have that outlook on everything in my personal life, and that keeps me pretty balanced. I'm also, like I said, I'm a pothead.
What's your sign?
I like
Zodiac?
the weed. Aries. So,
Where you get what kind of strain of weed you smoking? Where you get your weed from? Not like if you're buying it off the street, you don't need to tell me.
Yeah, I have like 4 different street dealers I get from. One might not be in town.
So you got to hit the other one up.
Yeah. So I have like 4 that I rotate between. But I prefer like a hybrid or an indica. I'm not much of a sativa person. I like the mellow, calming effects of weed.
What's your budget on weed? How do you cop? You cop by the OZs or half?
Yeah, I usually do an ounce to 2 ounces at a time because I smoke an ounce a week. The most I'm willing to pay for an ounce is $200. If you try to charge me more than that, I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, I get it for a little less, but yeah, that's good.
Yeah, no, that's the most I'm willing to go.
No,
I have one plug I get for $100. I have another that's $150, and then I have my last resort is the guy that's $180.
When's the last time you fucked the weed man? Oh, he delivers. Okay. When's the last time you fucked the weed man?
You know what? Surprisingly, I never in my life have fucked my weed dealer.
You never gave up no cootie to get some free weed? Wow.
Nope, I've always paid for my own weed.
Wow.
Always.
Can't say that about a lot of females I've come across. Not that I was the weed man. I'm just saying I've known some.
Right. But yeah,
what you smoke out of?
I'm a blunt girl.
What, papers?
No, blunt wraps.
Blunt.
Yeah.
Backwoods? Or the
Not backwoods. So right now my man got me hooked on these juicy wraps.
You know those, Priya? Juicy Rap song.
Yeah, I grew up in Ohio, so I grew up on Swishers and White Owls. So when I moved to Miami 2 years ago, I was looking for White Owls, and they're like, oh, we don't sell those down here. And I was like, wait, what?
You moved from Ohio straight to here?
Yeah. And no one smokes White Owls down here. They kind of look at you funny if you roll up a Swisher, like, what the fuck is that? So at home, I still smoke like these wraps that are very similar to a White Owl or a Swisher. But if someone rolls up a backwood at the club, I'm willing to smoke it. It just gives me a little more of a head rush than the wraps I have at home.
Have any of your peers advised you not to work with certain people?
Yeah. I mean, I'm in a 80-member girls only industry group chat on WhatsApp. So
Hey, that's good though. Y'all got y'all.
Yeah, it's very informative. I mean, girls share their experiences all the time, good or bad. Like, they promote people as well. Hey, I recommend working with this person. He was really great, or she was really great. So it's not all negative stuff.
Gotta ask you when you say that. We've had over 100 guests on the show, right? And probably a handful. I would say no more than 4 people where they were dissatisfied, and that's from maybe wanting to take out a clip and blah blah blah. Mostly in the beginning stages of when we started the show. But then, one thing I noticed personally about those particular performers was they weren't in a good space, or they were kind of problematic without the industry. So when I would call, so how do you know, for instance, that 80 group chat, how do you know 5 of them or 10 of them aren't off the rockers a little bit and kind of like, okay, if they give an opinion, it might be some truth to that, but let me find out for myself.
First of all, there's about 5 or 15 in there that are.
Okay, all right.
I am super good at reading people.
Okay,
I mean, it takes me less than 5 minutes of chatting with someone or being in a room with someone to pick up on their vibe. I consider myself an empath. Like, I just even if I don't want to, if someone's nervous in the room or if they're having a bad day, I'm gonna pick up on that immediately. So for me, it's pretty easy. Also, if you see the same few people constantly posting about other people, maybe you're the problem. Like, how is everyone you work with a problem? No, I think it's you. Like, it's, yeah.
Elana Bunnz joining us. Go ahead.
Sorry, if it's small minor things that girls like
nitpick
or blast on Twitter. Like, they'll go on Twitter and try to ruin a guy's reputation over something that I personally would be like, that's not that
big of a deal
or that serious. I remember that shit. Like, oh, you were willing to ruin someone's reputation
just
over this?
Yeah. And it can happen that fast, especially for the male performers.
Oh, if you looked at my Twitter, I'm sure you saw, I am male performer supporter. Like, I think men have it so much harder in porn.
To perform.
If I was a male, I could not do porn.
Yeah.
They have to show up ready to perform. They have to have a hard dick, and they have to actually come.
Yep.
And if the vibes aren't there, like, that's so hard. Like we just mentioned the fluffer thing a little bit ago. Like, I understand, you know, there's a difference between a guy asking you to go in another room on set and fuck. I get that. That's not okay.
Right.
But if the camera is right here and your dick is not hard, I'm gonna suck it for 2 minutes or however long. Like, the camera's there ready to roll. You know, it's not off cam. The camera's right there. It's ready to go. So I feel bad for guys. Like, if you get a female performer that is like, hey, I don't even want to greet you when I walk in. Like, some girls, I won't name names, but I know Peter Green ran into that with a...
Who said Peter?
Yeah, I know. Like,
shout out to the homie Peter. He's been on the show.
Came to shoot a scene with him, and he's like, thanks, you know, when we were done, he's like, thanks for being so fucking awesome today. He's like, I had a really bad day yesterday. Like, we had to cancel the scene because as soon as the girl walked in, I just went to give her a kiss on the cheek. Like, he's Hispanic. That's how they greet each other.
Exactly.
And she was like, don't do that. Like, would not even greet him. So now, like, the whole scene is awkward. Like, you won't even let me greet you with a small kiss on the cheek before the scene, but now you're supposed to suck my dick. Like...
And he's been in the game for over a decade.
It
so
just
yeah,
doesn't make sense to me. So yeah, I could definitely, like, God, if a guy in that position, that would suck.
You're a trooper and a bona fide freak.
We got a bona fide freak in the building.
What do you think that most people that subscribe to your content enjoy the most about Elana Bunnz?
A lot of my fans are BBC fans. So whether they're a BBC themselves and they like just pretending to be the person in my content, or they're a cuck who enjoy watching BBC or enjoy fantasizing about cleaning up afterwards. I would say
Cleaning up afterwards?
Yeah.
Elaborate, please. What do you mean by that?
So cleaning up for a cuck would be he sits in the corner the entire time you're getting fucked, and then once the guy comes, he comes in.
But that's acting. That's not
licks it
real.
up.
Do they do that in real life too?
No, they do
Like
that
those
more
husbands?
in real life.
Didn't
It's hard to find a fake.
It is time
It's hard to find a fake cuck. Like, I don't know any male performer that would be willing to do that on a set if they're not.
Wow.
A
So you
real
really
cuck.
got dudes, married men out here in particular, that like to see their significant other get railed by the BBC, and then they want to clean it up after. That's called a cuck.
That's a cuck. Yeah.
See, you just taught me something. No matter what, I still learn something. I heard the word cuck, but I never really inquired about it. But now I got a learning lesson. Have you done it on your OnlyFans? You do that
Yeah.
with real live men that.
I haven't had a guy actually clean up on my OnlyFans yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, yet. It's also, that's something I would have to find a performer that's cool with that.
Okay.
You know.
You said that they love the interracial. Why is interracial so popular?
I don't know.
Contrast is usually what I hear. The look.
Yeah, just the look of it.
Do you think it's more of the look of the penis in the insertion of the penis going into the vagina?
Maybe because there's such that distinct, like you said, like
Contrast.
like it's easier to see everything.
See everything.
going
I've had
on.
a homie of mine tell me that's why he prefers to watch it, because you
Really?
can see everything. He's a black man. He doesn't like black on black because he says it's hard to see. He likes to see the contract.
Yeah, that could be it. Although all pussies are pink. on
That's
the
what I'm
inside.
saying. They're all pink. So
We're
I'm like,
all
well,
pink
what
on the
difference does it make?
inside. It don't matter.
Um,
But I don't know. Even for me, like that's the porn I Google. If I'm watching porn, I want to watch interracial
you don't
porn.
think it's they want to see the snow bunny take the black log or
Yeah.
whatever, the colored log, I should say.
I think
You
that's,
think that's
part of it too.
okay? Yeah.
Just like I mean, I'm tatted, so I don't really have this look, but I know like a fetish in the porn world with interracial is the small American-looking female getting pounded by
The
this
blonde.
huge
This is-
BBC.
yeah,
like
yeah.
it's just.
I think that's why
one
Jack Slayer is
extreme
so popular.
to the
I think
other.
it has something to do with that because he's so big and so muscular.
Oh, that's a big man.
and
I've worked with him a few times.
oh, you have?
Yeah.
When you say big, you mean his overall size as a man, as a human
Everything,
being?
yeah. He's
Everything.
large in size. His dick is long. It's got good girth. That's
Okay.
a good penis. He made me squirt a lot.
Elana Bunnz joining us on the Bougie Show. Did I say it right, Elana?
Yeah.
Okay, I was just making sure because I know it was a close call.
Or E-buns.
E-Buns. Oh, we could do that too because you do.
So that's been
E-Buns.
my nickname since high school.
Yeah, E-Buns. But when they Google you, you have to put in first and last name. You won't come up off E-Buns, will you?
Some stuff
Sometimes you
will
will?
pop up.
Okay.
Because my Twitter @ is XXXEbuns, but then the name is Elana Bunnz. So both of them kind of pop up no matter what you Google. But you'll find more porn under Elana Bunnz for sure.
You're dating a performer in the industry now. I've had quite a few guests say they will never do it again. What is the one thing you were transparent about in the beginning of your relationship with Mr. Dealer? I think his name is.
Yeah, Dick Dealer Don.
Okay. What was the one thing you made very transparent with him in the beginning for it to work, and vice versa on his end?
Well, it was a pretty easy conversation and transition because we both were in sex work.
Okay.
He wasn't in porn yet, but he.
So how'd you meet him?
Tinder.
Okay. I get so amazed to find that porn stars get on Tinder and try to find a date. It's crazy.
Well, I
Go ahead.
wasn't a porn star
Oh,
yet.
at that time. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I met him a month after I moved to Miami when I was just on Tinder looking through the dating pool trying to find some dick.
Just literally.
Yeah, and it started off as that, like just a casual hookup. And then we kind of like stopped hooking up for a little while. We are just like doing our own thing. And then then I got into porn after. And he saw me on Pornhub one day. And then we had the conversation and he's like, wait, you're in porn? And he's like, well, I was scared to tell you, but I also do sex work myself. And then we had that conversation and it just made it easy because we're like, oh, you do sex
Same
work,
industry.
I do sex work. That's awesome. And then we both, outside of sex work, which we knew this even before that, we both were in the lifestyle. Swingers, you could say. I don't like to call it swingers because not everyone is into like full swap or everything. So I call it the lifestyle. But we're both in that separately. So as soon as we started hooking up, we knew that from our first date because I was like, hey, I noticed that pineapple in your bio. Are you a swinger? He's like, wow, no one ever knows what that stands for. So you must be.
Right.
And I'm
You know
like, yeah,
something.
I am. And so we already had that understanding of like, hey, we fuck other people. And then I got him into porn. Yeah, because I started shooting with him so much on my OnlyFans once we were like together.
Right.
And then his Twitter started popping off, and I was like, you need to do mainstream porn. You're already doing porn now. Like,
Right.
you're out there as a porn star's boyfriend fucking mad porn stars on OnlyFans.
Right.
So he got into it, and it took off fast for him.
What do you look for when you picking a man? Like, for instance, when you're Tinder, I know you were just out for sexual pleasure, but what do you look for when you're trying to get sexual pleasure? What are you looking for in the man?
Well, at that time when I was just looking for dick, I just look at how they look.
Okay.
I'm like, are you a fine ass black man?
Okay.
Okay, let's fuck.
Have you always dated black men, or was it once you became a performer?
No, it's always kind of been that way for me.
In
since
Ohio?
College, yeah.
Interesting.
I grew up in a very diverse city.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah. It's called Lorain, Ohio.
Uh-huh.
It's actually very Hispanic. We have a lot of Puerto Ricans that live there.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
You could have
a
never
lot
told
of-
me there's a lot of Puerto Ricans in Ohio.
I know, you would never think, but like there's a Puerto Rican flag on like every gas station
Wow.
corner. Like
Wow.
I could go to my local gas station on my street and buy rice and beans and
Yeah,
pastelillos.
I
like,
know about those Puerto Ricans.
Yeah, so I kind of grew up like that, and then just always had a thing for outside of my race. And then I went to college, and
Nothing wrong with that. Applaud her. Do what you want to do.
I shared a college apartment with a football player, so there were a lot of football players coming in and out of my apartment, for whether it be for him or me.
Do the athletes deal with you differently? Do they pound you out differently than a regular civilian? No, same shit.
It's all the same shit. They're all just.
I didn't know if their
all
endurance was
just
up a little bit
men.
more. Okay. All right. You know what? Let's go into this though. The last time a man has opened the car door for you to enter, I want to talk a little bit about nice guys out here. When's the last time a guy opened the car door for you to enter?
My man opens my
He
car
does?
door every time we get in the car.
Wow.
He
That's a
knows.
full-time job.
He's a fucking gentleman.
Yeah, I would never do
That is
it.
one thing that like attracted me to him. I noticed
Yeah.
those small little like mannerisms.
I would never do it. You know why? Not because I wouldn't, because then you got to keep up with it. And I know I'm not gonna do that shit 6 months down the line. So why even start it from the beginning? Let's just be real with yourself,
Well-
It is time to stop the fuckery.
right? If I know,
Well, it's been almost 2 years, and he's,
and he's
still
still, so
opening
then
my
that's it.
door.
That means it's in him. That means it's in him. For me, I'm not.
But he literally took like a gentleman's course at one point in
Oh,
his
okay,
life. Like
okay.
he learned that stuff because of the job he was doing.
Yeah. No,
So
I get it.
it just stuck with him.
The weirdest thing a man has done to you when no one was around to witness.
Oh, I gotta think about this one.
Let's say the weirdest sexual thing. You can narrow it down a little bit. When no one was around. If you told somebody that this guy did this to you, nobody would believe it. It was that weird. But it actually did happen. Is there anything like that ever occurred in your life?
Not like specifically doing something weird to me, I guess. But one time, this guy had the weirdest moan when he came that I had to physically put my hand over my mouth from laughing. Because I was like, oh my God.
You don't want to impersonate it because you probably won't be able to execute it the way
I
he
can't
did, right?
execute it,
It's one of
but
those,
like,
wow.
yeah, I was like in missionary and like, he just like looked up to the sky. It was like, oh, like just the
Was
most.
he sober?
Yes. And it was just so
That's a turnoff, isn't it?
yeah.
I would think.
It was the weirdest noise I've ever heard, like to the point where I like looked up and I was like,
And
like thank God he's looking up because I'm on the floor like this. Like
that's weird.
Yeah.
That's a good answer. What about the horniest thing a man has done prior to being intimate with you? Like say, you guys are getting to there, but he just stupid horny with it, like just ridiculous.
Oh, I had a guy come in his pants from eating me out. Yeah, the pants he like wore over. So like he had to leave in those pants. And that's what I was thinking about the whole time. I'm like, oh, you have to leave in those pants.
That's crazy. How long was he down there putting in work?
Maybe 2 minutes.
Wow. So that was a fetish, sounds like, then.
It must have been, or I think he was, I don't know, he was just really excited to be where he was at. He's like, I'm so sorry. It was really embarrassing, but I just came. And I was like, oh no, it's okay. Like, it's happened before. Like, people get nervous sometimes because it's me. Like, I understand. In my head, I'm like, get out.
Yeah, get your ass out of here. If you could change one thing, if Elana Bunnz could change one thing about the adult film industry, what would that be?
I think just, God, this is a hard one. There's a lot of changes I feel like that could be done.
Top two.
To the adult industry, but sorry, I'm like pondering
That's
this.
fine.
This is hard. I don't know. I just wish.
How about from the woman, based on how the game affects women, the female performers? What would you change? Whether it's the price, whether it's like for instance, they have the Urban X Awards. I'm gonna touch on this now since we're doing this, and I was contemplating whether or not we should do the event this weekend because there were some performers that flew out for it, right? But then I said, I knew it wasn't the biggest award show because obviously you have AVN, and I know they're trying to build it up and get it there, et cetera, right? But my whole thing is my issue with the adult film industry because other entertainment industries, when people win awards, they usually get compensated for it, whether their pay rate goes up, et cetera. You guys don't get shit but the damn trophy.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, why do you guys value? I understand you want to be acknowledged for your work, but you still should be compensated something.
That's all it is the acknowledgement at this point. But I agree. I think that, but in a way, you do get paid more. I mean, Angela White is making probably 30 times off of one scene compared to what I'm making. So in a way, you do kind of start to get paid more. The bigger your name gets and the more in demand you are. Or if you get a contract, you're a contract star, which is like everyone's goal.
Glad you brought that up.
But yeah, pay could definitely be a little better. I know these companies are making a lot more money than what they give us. But as long as you have your own side hustle, like OnlyFans or whatever it is, porn drives that up. So like the more scenes I do in porn, yeah, you're only paying me for a certain price, but I'm gaining fans.
Your brands, exactly. So that's the purpose. It's a fair exchange almost.
I do wish that in the beginning, when you first start porn, I think everyone should have to go through like have like a mentor or someone train you on like the ins and outs, because females and males, you get thrown into this industry and no one tells you what actual protocol really is or like what you're expected to do on set or how you're expected to show up or any of that. Like no one talks about any of that. Like I luckily, like I said, NVG was my first shoot ever. They had the best female assistant on staff. Like when I got there, she's like, this is a douche. This is how you use it. Dump it out, fill it with water. Then please brush your teeth. Make sure you brush your tongue. Rinse off. Here's a rag. Wipe down there. Like she just gave me a list of like everything I should do before that scene. if she didn't do that, I wouldn't have known to do all that. I wouldn't have known you should douche. Like, I would have brushed my teeth because come on. But certain things like that, like I think people should be more trained on like hygiene and protocol and, you know, valuing other people's time. Like, don't show up to set fucking 2 hours late. Yeah. We're all here waiting on you, you know?
There should be protocol training or something like that, right? Where you have to train the purpose, what you're doing and before you get initiated.
Yeah, and just told like what are the average rates.
Right.
No one tells you that when you get in the industry. They just say, hey, what do you want for a boy-girl scene?
You know,
it's like, I don't know. Can I ask for $10,000? No.
Right. And one thing I hate every time I be like, damn, the industry got them. When they end up doing anal as their first shoot. It just, I was like, damn. They got
Hold
you.
out, ladies. I'm on year 2 and I haven't done it yet.
Yeah.
You can still grow and still be.
They get God because they're vulnerable and they don't quite know. But you brought up something about contract stars, and I want to talk to you about this. Does nepotism occur when adult performers get contracted by the more successful production companies in the adult film industry? What led to this question was when LeBron James brought his son into the league, right? Clear case of nepotism, right? Where, you know, people using the powers they be. Do you feel like that also occurs in the adult film industry?
Yeah.
With people getting contracted? Okay. Just wanted to know what you thought. If you could take back one scene or one thing from your adult career so far, what would that be?
Well, my very first scene, we didn't, again, sometimes you don't go over everything because it was my first scene. I actually ended up rimming that male talent because nothing was talked about or asked if I did that. And just I was told like, you know, we try not to cut very much. We try to just roll straight through if we can. So like just be as natural as possible, go with the flow. And like mid sucking this guy's dick, he just threw his legs back to his own head and like started pushing my head down and I'm like,
oh man.
So then I just did it, you know, but like I'm so not into that. It was clean. Okay. If it would have been hairy and not clean, I'd probably been like, fucking cut. Because I'll speak up. Like, I'm not one to just do it if I really don't want to. But I did it. And then now, ever since then, companies ask me, like, will you rim? Because they know I rimmed in that scene.
No.
But I'm like, no. It happened that one time. It's not going to happen again.
What about Elana Bunnz' sex game needs enhanced the most?
Needs enhanced?
Yeah. Do you feel like needs to be enhanced the most?
I don't know. I feel like I'm
okay. You feel like you got everything under control?
Yeah, I mean, I know I give a good blowjob. I'm super sloppy. I can deep throw a pretty large dick. I can take big dick in my pussy. I guess maybe the anal thing. I'm not really into anal. I've tried it in my personal life.
Just not for you.
Didn't really like it much. It is a huge thing in porn, though. You make a lot more money when you do those types of scenes. So I guess maybe I wish I was into it a little more, but I'm just not.
Tell me about a location you were sexually active that you never imagined would happen.
A helicopter.
Okay.
Well, not helicopter. It was like a mini plane, like a 6-seater like plane.
Hearing a lot about the planes. Okay.
Yeah. But mine was not the fucking love plane that people like. People be recording these scenes in the love. What is it? It's called like Love Air or some shit in Vegas where they promote that. Like you can book that plane to fuck.
Okay.
Mine was just a regular fucking plane, okay? And I just happened to fuck in it, okay? It was not.
With another performer or a rich guy?
Yeah, no, my man.
Okay.
In Jamaica.
Okay.
Yeah. It was only a 12-minute plane ride though, and I thought it was gonna be a little longer, so we didn't get to come.
So you gotta. Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Were y'all butt ass naked or you just pulled the pants to the side?
Just the pants down. Okay. But yeah, I'm like, oh shit, we're landing. Come on. And he's like, baby, it's not gonna happen. Like, I need longer.
What's your go-to meal after a shoot?
After a shoot, I don't know. I eat different stuff. But if I'm trying to get something fast, like on my way home because I'm starving, I love Taco Bell. That's my vice. Okay. Yep. It's like my dirty little bad
I barely
habit.
see them things on the road anymore. Okay.
I fucking love Taco Bell so much.
Okay.
I don't eat beef. Like, I don't eat beef or pork. So that's why I like Taco Bell because you can get like black bean burritos and stuff like that. If I'm at home, I'm like a chicken and rice type of gal. Yeah.
If Elana Bunnz could have a debate with one individual, dead or alive, who would that be and why?
A debate? Fuck.
If you could debate one person, who would that be?
Maybe Donald Trump.
Donald
He's
Trump.
a fucking idiot.
Okay, all right.
Let's just talk some sense into that man.
All right. And go for it.
Might lose some followers on that one.
Yeah.
That's okay.
It'll be all right.
Bye.
Well, actually, do you know, it was brought to my attention, in the beginning stages, she's no longer in the industry. She was a comedian. Her name was Kay Kennedy, and she said that most consumers of adult entertainment are conservatives.
I believe it.
White men in particular.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Because to them, it's like taboo.
Yeah.
It's bad. Which, that's kind of like, I don't know. I watch porn for that same reason, or started to, because you think you're doing something like kind of wrong and it feels kind of good. It gives you like that rush, like adrenaline. So I could see that for sure. You know, the big like white conservative rich guys that are high up in their jobs, that are used to being so powerful and like the head honcho at where they're at. A lot of those guys are the cucks I was just talking about.
Yes, that's
they like
that's
that
correct.
power
That's correct.
exchange.
That's correct. End goal for Elana Bunnz.
My end goal is to just stay in the industry as long as I can, become as big as I can. I have no plans of stopping anytime soon. I just plan on continuing to grow and get bigger and bigger and make as much money as I possibly can before I get old and wrinkly. And yeah, eventually be able to retire and have like financial freedom for the rest of my life and still be making residuals off of what I'm doing.
All right, we're going to stop name drop. That's when I'm going to state two names from the adult film industry and two performers, and you will tell me your first thought of them. And then the last one will be a well-known figure in society. You can give me your first thought of them. Okay. First thing that comes to mind. First, Sarah J.
Sarah J, I fucking love that girl. Me and Sarah are super close.
First thought, though, when you think of her.
Dope.
Okay.
Dope. She's a dope human. Boss bitch.
I met her once at Exotica in Chicago. Yeah, briefly. But
that girl has more businesses than anyone I know. And to be in porn for such a long time and to still be working that hard every day, like, I'm like, damn, girl, you fucking got it going on.
She's definitely a Hall of Famer.
Oh, yeah.
Pressure the
She's
entertainer.
Pressure. Oh, first thought, fine as fuck.
Okay.
Nice dick. Want to work with him.
Okay.
We've conversated. We just haven't made it happen yet.
Bonafide.
We got a bona fide freak in the building.
I think he goes back and forth between like Colombia and Vegas.
Yeah, I saw something with him in
he's
Colombia.
hard to catch in town, but I'm going to get him.
Last but not least, Rick Ross. I saw that you follow him on Instagram. You ever gave a big boy some cootie before?
Not of that size.
Your first thought of Rick Ross?
I feel like Rick Ross is cool. Like, I would like to smoke a blunt with him.
But you wouldn't want to slob on his knob?
No.
Okay.
And I'm not one, like...
Into all that?
Yeah, I'm not one of the females who it's like, just because they have a famous name, no matter who they are, I'm going to fuck them. No, I've had plenty of famous people in my DMs. If I don't want to fuck you, I don't
had
want to
rappers
fuck
get in
you.
your DMs? You don't have to say their names, but you have had rappers, athletes?
More athletes. Okay. Yeah, athletes and comedians. Those are the top two.
All right, we're going to start Moment of Truth. Moment of Truth is when I state things. If what I state is true, you tell me true. If it's false, you say false, and you can elaborate why it's false. Okay. And if it's something you choose not to answer, you can say pass.
Okay.
You've dated a man that didn't eat vagina.
That
did not eat vagina.
True.
How did that go?
Well, I was young. It
Okay.
was my first boyfriend. Lost my virginity to him. Dated him for 4 years. Never ate me out.
You never
I
asked?
went away to college.
Okay.
My first year in college. Hooked up with someone new. Got my pussy ate. Came back to my hometown and told him. I was like, I finally got my pussy ate. Guess what he did?
Guess what?
Guess what he did that
Went
night?
down there and ate it?
Fucking went down
But
there
he didn't
and
know how to
ate
eat it. You showed him how to do it?
No, I didn't try to teach him. I was just like, it happened. Now let me get it from you because you owe me one. Peace.
You're selective when it comes to swallowing.
True.
Okay. What makes you
say that.
selective? Why are you selective about swallowing?
So I used to not be as much, but I have gotten really spoiled off of
Good
my
tasting.
man's cum because it is literally clear. It tastes like nothing. Like it's like fucking water basically coming out of his penis. And so I'll swallow that all day. So now when I get one that's like super thick and white and like just a lot and maybe doesn't taste the best, I'm like, like I gotta. But I have my ways to play with it.
It is time to stop the fuckery.
I'll just kind of like let it seep back out of my mouth, grab it, add some more spit to it, and just keep like putting it back in my mouth and spitting it out until it's mostly my spit, and then I'll swallow it.
Okay. I think I might have bit off a little bit more than I could chew on that one.
Hey, those are the tricks though. If you get a bad tasting cum, just dilute
gosh.
that shit with your own saliva.
You should never want a man to kiss you right after he skeets off in your mouth.
You should never want him
Yeah.
to? False.
False. Do you get offended if
False.
a man says he doesn't want to kiss you after he skeets off in your mouth?
Yeah.
You do? Okay. I'm just asking.
I mean, I could, whatever. I guess I get it if you don't want to, but also like it's your own cum, and I just swallowed it. Be a freak, fucking. Kiss
so
me.
it's about being a freak.
Yeah, like don't
Okay.
be.
All right.
I don't like being told no.
Oh, ooh. The truth has come to the light. A male performer put you out of commission the next day after collaborating with them the day before. Meaning he put a pounding on you, you couldn't work the next day. Needed a break.
So, true and false. So I've never had to cancel a scene
Right.
due
Never
to that
tapped out.
reason. I've
Okay.
never tapped out. I've never moved a scene because I was super sore. But definitely like after Brickzilla the next day, I did tell my man, like, can we wait till tonight to fuck? Because like this morning it's a little sore.
He understood.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he was cool.
Oh.
He knew too. He's like, oh, Brickzilla done tore it up.
It is time to stop the fuckery.
He knew when I was leaving. He's like, good luck, baby.
Well, we know she didn't make the highlight reel with that one. You're a girth queen.
No, I'm more length.
Okay. If a man wants you to peg his behind from behind, he's fruity with the booty.
True.
Okay. 18 is too young to become an adult performer.
I go back and forth on this one. So I used to think yes, because you are pretty young at 18.
Right,
You don't really
pretty
know. You're just finally old enough to start making those decisions for yourself. So I felt like 21 would be a better age. However,
Me too, yeah.
I've seen this exact conversation on Twitter before where I've had females in the comments say like, porn saved my life. I was 18, lost, broke, didn't really, there's females out there that got into porn at 18 and that's became their career. They met great people. They literally have saved their lives with porn.
Right.
So that's why I go back and forth, because I'm like, it can be a great industry if you make it that way. But it also can be a very scary and a very dark place if you make it that way. So it depends on your headspace. If you're a strong mental person, absolutely. If you got a lot of issues going on, you might not want to get into it that young.
You have you've had a performer ignore your double tap.
False.
If a man walks in the room naked with a fifth of Hennessy privilege in his hand, ready to perform, you know you about to get that work, yes?
No, I'm probably going to get limp dick.
You been there, huh?
Yeah, I just feel like a little too much Hennessy and you ain't going to perform the way you want to perform.
Mentally, but not physically.
Yeah. You might think you're doing something. You ain't doing shit.
You've got burned as a performer. Chlamydia, STD. You've gotten an STD before.
Once.
Oh, that's it?
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
I had some performers
I'm
say it. We
proud
did
to
our
say,
annual, right?
and that one time was the only time in my life. It was chlamydia. It was in my first 3 months of porn. So that was a little discouraging because I'm like, damn, I only been in this shit.
And you already
I've been
got some-
fucking my whole life.
never
Like
caught
I've been a
shit.
slut my whole life, and I ain't never caught this shit. And
feel
then
you.
3 months in, I got it. But I've been going strong since then. That was the first 3 months, and we're now in year 2. It hasn't happened since. So,
If you had a son, you would prefer him not to be an adult performer or become an adult performer, I should say.
false. I say do whatever you want to do. I don't think that being a sexual person makes you a bad person. Or
Well, no, absolutely not.
Well, not bad or like
Right.
or any less of anything.
gotcha.
Like I don't think it's something to be frowned upon at all. Like if you're good at it and you're packing, fucking go for it.
What about a daughter? Same thing? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, obviously with the daughter, it's like a little more like, oh, please stay my little angel
Yeah,
forever.
yeah,
But
yeah.
again, no, I think you should just be super open with your sexuality. And if you live in your true self, you're going to be happy. So whatever your true self is, you should do it.
You sometimes think to yourself, I wonder how all this is going to play out.
Yeah, true. I always wonder, like, it's going great. I just wonder when, everyone has like their big break usually, or like something goes viral, or you finally win that AVN award, like whatever it is. I'm like, when is that going to happen?
You don't trust a person who owns a snake.
Fuck no.
I applaud you. So that is true.
Yeah, the snakes are my biggest fear. I hate snakes.
Elana Bunnz is joining us on the Bougie Show. Before we get out of here, because we've had a hell of an interview and it's time to wrap it up, give me something rare, or give the audience something rare. That's your camera, something rare about yourself.
Something rare.
Look
about
at the camera and tell them.
Trying to think of something.
Okay. Something rare that you do. I don't know.
I don't know.
Do you got to roll all your joints naked? I don't. Do you like to be in your bed? I don't know. Something kinky, rare.
I mean, I do like to be naked a lot.
Yeah,
The first
I
thing I
believe
do
you.
when I get home is take my clothes
I
off.
believe
Like,
you.
my man's like, damn, already. Like, he hasn't even got his shoes off yet. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm
Let it
really
go.
flexible.
Okay.
That's like a cool
Okay.
fun fact.
You can put your legs behind your head.
Yes, I can. And I'm double jointed in my shoulders. So if I ever get handcuffed,
You can find a way up out
I
of there.
can bring my hands back to the front, even though they're stuck
Applaud her,
together.
goddammit. All right. Question from Mo. Is there a difference between a porn star and an adult performer? Everybody who's done a TV commercial is not a TV star. The word corn star, I'm saying corn because it's YouTube, but P-star
Yeah,
is used rather loosely
it is.
opposed to adult performer. There is a difference, right?
There is a difference, especially with the whole like content creation and OnlyFans nowadays. Everyone claims that they're a porn star because they have an OnlyFans, and having an
That's not the
OnlyFans
case.
does not make you a porn
Right,
star.
absolutely.
Shooting on a set with a sound guy and a light guy and a personal assistant and the camera in your face and a bright ass room with no AC because it can't be running.
Yeah.
That makes you a porn star. Being able to perform in those conditions, or being, we have sets maybe on the beach, or like you could have a set in the fucking bang bus, when you're shooting in a hot van. Those are the things that make you a porn star, not putting your camera in the corner and letting people watch you have real sex at home. That does not make you a porn star.
Well, Miss Bunnz, E-Bunnz, we appreciate you coming through for this interview. You've been on the radar for quite some time. Just had to line up with you in Florida when it would make sense and work. So I think this was perfect timing. We want to wish you the best in your future endeavors. Yeah, we appreciate you. You ready to go take some pictures and all that good stuff?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, it's the
Thanks
Bougie
for
Show.
having me.
New
It was
merch
fun.
on the way. Elana Bunnz is in the building. Y'all know what time it is. We are checking out. Thank you again. Great interview. Yay! Bang!
It's the Bougie Show with Zeta DJ.
Great interview. How long was that? 1 hour 13? Damn. You tied, I think, for the longest.